Okay, these are the answers to the exercise that I gave you before. Let's have a look. After that, I often teach some new material. The connector, after that. Object, some new material. To be in the correct tense is. The adverb, often. The V3 VED, taught. Let's do the next one. Finally, I set the pupils a task. Connector, finally. Object, the pupils. To be in the correct tense, this is present simple. Are, the pupils are. To be in present simple, are. And now in V3, set. Now I want the rest of the sentence, a task. Now in this case, the rest of the sentence is actually another object, and there is another way of doing this. I'll tell you in a minute. But first of all, let's just look at the verb set. Please note that set stays the same in V1, V2, and V3. Set, 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 like hit, 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 cut, 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 hurt, hurt, hurt. Now, if you remember, I said that a task is actually another object, and there is another way of doing this sentence. Instead of taking the pupils as the object, let's have a look at this sentence again. Finally, I set the pupils a task. I could have used this as the object, and then it would be like this. Finally, a task is set, but now I can't just write the pupils. And then I have to decide whether we say a task is set for the pupils or a task is set to the pupils. And if I don't know, I could make a mistake here. That's why it's really better to do it this way. Always take the object that is closest to the verb, and don't take the object after, because then you will have to decide between 2 and 4. By the way, in this case, it's going to be a task is set for the pupils. I expect them to do it before the end of the lesson. What have we got here? We've got an object, they. To be in the correct tense, again present simple, they are. V3 or VED of expect, it's regular, ED on the end, expected. And then the end of the sentence. And look, the end of the sentence is a long ending. To do it before the end of the lesson. Just check. There aren't any verbs here. There's nothing to be done here. Okay, next part. I've got a very long time clause. Note, there's no object after the verb. In other words, I'm not going to play around with this. I'm just going to copy it while they are working. Can you see the comma here? That means that that's finished. Now I'm going to work on the next part. I need my object. My object is after the verb, the homework. Present simple. To be in present simple is. I just want to remind you, homework is a singular noun. The homework is. V3 of write is written, double T. The rest of the sentence on the board. And for the very last sentence, which is quite a long one, let's have a look how it works. Time clause, when the bell rings, again, no object. I'm not going to fool around with this. When the bell rings, I'm leaving it as it is. I can't change this into passive. Now I'm doing the work. The pupils, that's my object. Dismiss is present simple, to be in present simple, are. The verb, in this case it's a regular verb, I'm adding ed. And now what am I going to do? Now I've got and. There's my connector, I'm just going to add it. And here, wish them. The pupils, them are the pupils. I've already used the pupils here. I don't need to mention them again. And I don't need to mention are again because of the word and. So all I need now is the V3 again. Please note, this is a passive form. And now the rest of the sentence. When the bell rings, the pupils are dismissed and wished a good day. What is hiding here is they are wished. They are wished. If you want to write they are wished, you can. It's perfectly right. And now let's just see. So here is the text that we created. The 8th grade is taught 3 times a week. First, the pupils are told to start reading. While the reading is being done, attendance is taken. Then homework is checked. The incorrect answers are corrected. Pupils' questions are also answered. The pupils aren't allowed to talk during this part of the lesson. After that, some new materials is often taught. Finally, the pupils are set a task. They are expected to do it before the end of the lesson. While they are working, the homework is written on the board. When the bell rings, the pupils are dismissed and wished a good day. What is a good title for the text you have created? Well, it's definitely not what the teacher does in a lesson. Now it's all about the pupils and the routine. So you could call it the 8th grade English lesson, or the routine of the 8th grade English lesson, or how the 8th grade learns. I hope you enjoyed this, and in our next presentation, we will learn how to create questions in the passive. Goodbye for now.